Like I've been coaching like full time. I think this will be like my 14th year. And the reason why I do it, I just love like just developing and just making players better every day. And then by the end of the season, it just kind of adds up. So yeah, I'm just in it for just making the guys better every day and just kind of build culture and try to do it the right way.
Steve Dougherty might be a first-year head coach for the Chippewa Steel. However, he is no fresh face to the organization. Today on NA Now, we caught up with Steve on what is ahead for the team and learn more about what it means to get this opportunity.
No, just very thankful from the ownership group and Mike Marshall to believe in my abilities and kind of see what we can do with the group that we've put together. I'm just extremely excited for the staff that Mike threw together with the scouting staff. Just their experience is second to none. And I don't really know if there's any other staff in the league that has their credentials. So very excited to get going, and we'll see what happens when training camp starts on August 24th.
Absolutely. What about that scouting staff makes them so special?
We have people just located throughout the U.S. and parts of Canada, so we're not centralized in one special spot. We have eyes from coast to coast, and they've proven to show some talent at main camp. So it's something that I've never been a part of.
Absolutely. Talking about main camp, what has impressed you the most from the athletes you have seen?
Yeah. With this year's main camp in particular, I would say just the compete level from top to bottom. Like we had our returning players there from day one, and it really just set the tone. And that way everybody kind of got a feel for what it's like to be a part of the league. And so I was just very impressed with the compete level right off the hop, and then also just everybody's ability to defend. We didn't have anybody cherry pick and try to rack up the points out there, so it was fun to see.
From those returners, how important is it to have them there to set an example for other guys who are joining the team?
It's crucial because they kind of just start the groundwork for our culture from main camp, and we've had weekly Zoom calls since then. And it's a huge weight on their shoulders that they have to carry, right? Like how they conducted themselves in the locker room away from the rink. And I had a handful of phone calls today with a lot of new players this year. And they actually mentioned that, how welcoming and how easy it was to become like a part of the group back then. So, absolutely. And then in theory, everybody kind of hits the ground running. They don't have any nerves coming in for training camp. They already feel like one cohesive group.
That's awesome to hear. So this isn't your first season with the Steel. You've been with the Steel for the past 3 seasons, and having those positions inside the organization, how has it prepared you as you take on this role as head coach?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of great coaches with the Steel, and they've given me like a lot of responsibility to really feel comfortable stepping into the head coaching spot this year. So yeah, very grateful for those that have given me that opportunity and to learn from.
Absolutely. Last season, the Steel featured a 30-23, 2-4 regular season record. What were some of the biggest takeaways from last season?
We were just very proud of like how the group kind of rallied towards the end of the season. Like we were clawing to round out that final playoff spot. So hopefully this year it doesn't come down to the last weekend of the season. I know even the previous year kind of came down to the last game as well. So fingers crossed this year we clinch a little bit sooner than that final weekend.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because you were in a tight race for that last postseason spot in the Midwest Division. What does it mean to see your athletes really battle, especially for that last playoff spot?
Yeah, it was a grind. They're just giving it their all. And then obviously once when you clinch, it only gets harder from there. So no, it was awesome to see the group kind of bond together on that Alaska trip because that's what it took, right? That final weekend. So it was good to see them just really buy into all the details that really makes a playoff team.
Absolutely. And with that last season's roster, it featured 10 athletes securing NCAA commitments. How does it feel as a coach to see your players get that opportunity at that next level?
I feel like it's why most coaches coach, is to move guys on to the next level. And it's been very rewarding over the past few seasons that I've been here. And not only that, but also like moving guys on to the USHL and now even Major Junior with the new landscape. So no, at the end of the day, we're a development league and our goal is to move guys on to something better, whether if that is college or the USHL.
Is it specifically that, or is there another factor that drives you as a coach?
Like I've been coaching like full time. I think this will be like my 14th year. And the reason why I do it, I just love like just developing and just making players better every day. And then by the end of the season, it just kind of adds up. So yeah, I mean, I'm just in it for just making the guys better every day and just kind of build culture and try to do it the right way.
Absolutely. And talking about the North American Hockey League, of course, the college commitments is a huge part of our brand. But what makes the North American Hockey League a little bit different than any other junior league out there?
I would say the showcase one. I mean, everybody, you got colleges there, NHL teams there. I mean, everybody under the sun is in Blaine that weekend. So I think that's definitely a separator. And then our proximity, I would say, what am I trying? Division, like proximity to a lot of colleges, definitely helps as well. So, yeah, I would say the showcase first and foremost, but then the level of play consistently, like a lot of divisions have great parity. So that helps as well.
Absolutely. And with the season quickly approaching, and not everyone gets to go to a Chippewa Steel game, what could people expect about the Steel, and what makes that organization so special?
I think we have a very passionate fan base. A smaller blue collar town. It's been a lot of fun to be a part of. And I really do think like the product on the ice this season is going to simulate what Chippewa stands for. So no, I mean, games get rowdy at times, but that's junior hockey. So no, it's very fun to be a part of.
Absolutely. And with the Chippewa Steel, has there been over the course of your time with the organization a special tradition or an event that the Steel put on that really everyone at home needs to keep an eye out for?
We do like a specialty jersey night that supports the vets. So I would say that is the biggest event that we host through the season. I don't have a date on that one yet, but yeah, I would say be on the lookout for that.
Absolutely. Kind of continuing on with that, what makes Chippewa a destination to play hockey?
I think our track record for developing and moving guys on to the next level. Like we had 4 players drafted this year in the USHL. I just think we really focus on what the coaches are looking at for the next level individually, and then obviously you have your team systems and structure that they have to follow. But no, we first and foremost we put the player first. We don't hold players back if they get another opportunity somewhere else. We're in constant communication with them to kind of let them know where they stand in the lineup as well, and that helps. So no, I would just say we focus a ton on individual development, and by default, that just makes the team better.
Absolutely. And kind of looking ahead to next season, what are your goals in your first season as head coach?
The goal is obviously to win the Robertson Cup, not just to make the playoffs. So yeah, win the Robertson Cup is definitely number 1 on my list. Number 2 is to hopefully be towards the top of the league with commitments. That's definitely a goal of mine as well. So hopefully, we can accomplish both of those. We'll see. But yeah, at the end of the day, like none of those are going to be possible with focusing on just getting better every day. So I'm excited to really get training camp going to start the groundwork for what the season lies ahead.
Absolutely. And also looking ahead, can you share with us any of the athletes we might need to keep our eye out for whenever Steel hockey returns, or is it still on the down low?
Well, I could go with one. Connor Jalbert recently committed to West Point. Other than that, I'll keep it under the hood for now.
Absolutely. With that, having him return, how important is it to have those veterans? I know we talked a little bit about that, but having them in the locker room and explaining how Chippewa Steel is Chippewa Steel.
Yeah, no, not only like we have 9 returners this year, 7 forwards and 2D. Like I was mentioning earlier, like they're going to carry a lot of that burden to create that culture and kind of just help the younger guys who are first year juniors, not only just in our league, but just junior in general, just because it is a grind. It's an everyday process that some guys do get burnt out. over time. So hopefully they'll be there to kind of be somebody that they could go to when times get rough, because everybody handles adversity through the season. So no, just yeah, really relying on those older guys and just have a huge veteran presence.
Absolutely. And also looking ahead, we have the greatest show on ice returning in a few weeks in Blaine, Minnesota. What are you looking forward to most with the Chippewa Steel at the NA Showcase?
I mean, the one thing I'm really looking forward to is really to just kind of set the tone for us, just to kind of get the season rolling. I know, luckily, we have a few games prior to the showcase, so it's not the first time we're hopping in games. So it's really just kind of continue off of what we've built through training camp and through those couple of games prior to the showcase. So yeah, looking to make a big splash. I mean, we'll see. Time will tell. I'm sure everybody's excited about their team right now.
Absolutely. And kind of reflecting back on last season, do you have a favorite memory with Chippewa?
Last season, I would say just clinching playoffs, just the grind of the season, ups and downs, just like everybody else. So no, I would just say, yeah, clinching that game in Anchorage was definitely, one of my highs for sure.
Absolutely. And with Chippewa being in the Midwest Division, you all do travel to Alaska. What are those trips like for people at home who aren't necessarily there for that travel experience?
Like I love them because they typically you go in the beginning of the year and then towards the end, and it's perfect for team bonding. Like everybody's away from their friends, family. So no, I mean, it's perfect for team bonding, and especially the time of the year that you get to go. So I know it. Yeah, I really look forward to it. You can kind of reset and dial it in like what we needed to do last year for playoffs. And it just helps. So, and we're fortunate enough to do it. Not every team gets to go to Alaska.
Absolutely. Well, Steve, I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me today. Good luck with the start of your season in a few weeks, and we'll see you soon at the
Thank
showcase.
you. Appreciate it. Thanks, Ava.